welcome to SuperBowl Showdown Recap Week 1. I'm Hue G, Rection, and I'm with my co-host, Christopher Perry Bacon. Chris, take it away.
Thanks, Hugh. Let's dive into the games from this weekend, shall we?
We shall. The Bills started hot with a close victory over the Colts, 27-24. You think this team can make it all the way?
Yeah, that's a great point, Hugh. Only time will tell for the Bills. Aaron Donald and the Rams had the first upset of the playoffs with the victory 30-20 over the Seahawks, and you just hate to see it.
You know, the 12th man release didn't help the Seahawks this week. Turns out, no fans, no victories for the Seahawks.
Nice one. Saturday closed with an unsurprising victory for the Bucs, beating the Washington Redskins football team 31-23.
Although the Titans were able to hold Lamar to only 20 points, Derrick Henry and the Titans were only able to put up 13 and came away with the loss this weekend.
And then in the afternoon, the Saints just barely scraped by the Bears in the afternoon in their 11-point win. Now, back me up, Hugh. Who could have possibly seen that upset coming?
Just about everyone, Chris. Lastly, the week closed out with one more boring game.
I mean, seriously, who could have seen the Bears getting totally destroyed in the fourth quarter like that? Not this guy.
Moving on, Christopher. Another boring game in the evening while the Browns absolutely smoked the Steelers and Juju Danceman Smith-Schuster 48-37 final score.
Couldn't agree with you more, Hue G. Most boring game I've ever seen. Now moving on to the teams that really matter, let's take a look at how the SuperBowl Showdown teams are doing after their first week.
Well, as you can see, the Denver Dragons and Miami Soul are neck and neck with 15 and 17 points. They do have a commanding lead over the others.
Next up, I guess, would be the Magical Michaels with 32 points, followed by the Dutch Towns with a surprisingly hot start of 22 points.
You're right there. Looks like the Dutch Towns will be a surprise no one saw coming. Next up is Team Marvel with 20 points. Makes you wonder, just where are they from?
Probably too lazy to think of a place.
And no one thought it was possible. There are still teams that came below Team Marvel.
You gotta be kidding me! How embarrassing! Below Team Marvel?
Next up is the Coast Fog, which has an excellent helmet, if I do say so myself.
Yes.
Followed by University of Coronavirus Academy.
And lastly and last, we got the Ninja Turtles and the ultra cool, super awesome, mega awesome Godric Gryffindors. But with team names like that, you just gotta know how popular they really must be. Now that we have all those scores out of the way, let's take a look-see at some bad weeks from this weekend.
We're talking Bears. We're talking Saints. We're talking last drive of the game for the Bears. As you know, the Miami Soul, best team in the SuperBowl Showdown bracket, predicted a point differential of 11. What an excellent prediction that genius man must have made. In the last drive, just for pride, the Bears were losing 21-3.
All that Miami Soul needs right here is the touchdown, baby.
Bears take the ball pretty well downfield with a couple nice throws downfield. We got 20 seconds left. Mitch throws up the middle, a few yards. No timeouts left. They're going to have to no huddle. They'll go up to the line, get a snap off, 20 yards out. One-handed snag, Jimmy Graham, end zone, tutty. Sam's looking good. At the end, though, my man Jimmy Graham had perhaps nicest celebration of the day. Run the clip. Man walks out of the stadium, second catch.
What are we doing?
What a way to end the season. My book, true class act by Jimmy. In the end, you think, oh, kick the PAT, give them the Stanley 11-point differential. No. Everyone storms the field, game over. Who
Coach
cares?
is shaking hands.
Nickelodeon really blew it again. Like they say, Slime Cannon's nice touch, shall we say. And SpongeBob in the field goal uprights. In the end, once again, Miami Soul, fatal loss, 12-point differential. Who could have seen it coming?
You hate to see it, Hugh. Next bad beat we got is the loss of both the Seahawks and the Bears, which bust the bracket for the Denver Dragons, the Magic Mikes, and the Dutch Town, losing all their NFC winners. And the Denver Dragons just lost their chance at predicting the Super Bowl after the Bears lost. And everyone is just completely surprised.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and Chris say that was just you that is surprised. Looking at this past week, the Magical Michaels have racked up pretty sizable lead, but we all know how much of a gracious winner he has been.
Yes, of course. Always incredibly gracious and never mocks any of us for his epic wins. Never would do such a thing. Turns out, 15 of his 32 points this week came from point differentials. And you have to ask you, when will Magic Mike's luck run out? Or is it completely skill? Only time will tell as we head into the next week.
Well, time will tell that he will not do well. Let's look at next week's matchup, shall we, Chris?
Yes, we shall. Starting off on Saturday, we have the Rams taking on State Farm associate Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. And next, we'll see the Baltimore Ravens at Buffalo Bills.
Then the following day, Sunday, we have the underdog Dog Pound Browns taking on the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. And then after that game in the evening, we have Brady's Buccaneers against Drew Brees' Saints. That is all, Chris.
That's all for this week. We'll see you next time on SuperBowl Showdown Recap.
Take back to the studio for a message from our sponsor. Business.